This video is talking through the questions at the bottom of page 6 in lesson 8. So these questions at the bottom of page 6 and the questions at the bottom of page 7 will be your quiz for this week. So it's very important that you are taking time to answer these well. The questions are repetitive. So the questions on page 6 and the questions on page 7 are the same. It's just that the questions on page 6 pertain to the data on page 6. The questions on page 7 pertain to the data on page 7. Okay, so I just want to walk through these questions. Okay, so classify your reaction as endothermic or exothermic using your enthalpy as evidence. Okay, so let's go back up and look at enthalpy. So your enthalpy should be here, okay? And my enthalpy for this problem actually disappeared, but my enthalpy for this was negative 3.66 kilojoules, okay? So if my enthalpy is negative 3.66 kilojoules, the important thing here is that it's negative. If we have negative enthalpy, that means that we have energy that is leaving the system. So if we have energy leaving the system, that is what you need to know in order to define this as endothermic or exothermic, okay? So that, if you need to review that, that's on previous pages, okay? The next question is, describe how thermal energy was transferred between system and surroundings. Include terms potential energy and kinetic energy in your answer. Okay, so where was the energy coming from? Where did this energy go? Okay, so we need to talk through where did energy go? Okay, so from blank to blank. And again, you'll determine if it went from system to surroundings based off the positive or negative with the enthalpy. And then include terms such as potential energy and kinetic energy. So some things to remember, kinetic energy is temperature, right? And if we have energy coming from one place and going to another, that's potential energy that's being used, okay? So energy movement is caused by potential energy, not equals, but caused by. Okay. The next question, compare your calculated enthalpies of your 3 experiments. Okay, so for this question, you will be comparing these 3 values, this value to whatever this value is, to whatever this value is. Are they the same? Are they different? Do they go in a order that you would expect based off of how the differences in the masses that you chose up here? Okay, those are all things to think about. And then the next question is compare your calculated enthalpies of reaction for the 3 experiments. So that's where you're comparing these 3 values. And for this value, I got 81.33 kilojoules per mole. So what did you get here? What did you get here? And just compare those. Are they the same? Are they different? Are they what you would assume they would be based off of what this calculation is saying, okay? So you'll just want to make sure you're writing your best answers here. Make sure that you are following these instructions and including any words that you need to include. Okay, just make sure you're being thorough with these because these are the questions that are going to be calculated for your quiz. These questions and then the questions here, which you'll notice are exactly the same questions. Okay.